Hi, goeienaand en welkom bij nog een episode van Throwing Pass. Naar afweekend het ons gehad, het afweek, dus mensen, onze Throwing Pass erbij gaat, Chris. Een losloopje gaat. Zoals jullie kan zien, ons het daar langs aan eindelijk het ons voor Lewis Phillips. Dan het ons voor Chris Diederik langs aan ons. Hij is die, wat noemen mensen, director? Of de co-founder, coaching van die Diederik Foundation en hij het bietjie die youngsters bietjie het hy hulle besig gehou oor die skoolvakansie, maar ons sal weer daarbij uitkom soos jy sou aanvang.
En ons sal weer by Lucian.
Ons sal weer by Lucian uitkom.
Just quick results that happened this weekend. There was the top 12 that was played. Robertson Town beating Sefco 55-42. Good game for Robertson Town. They came back in that game actually. Why are you shaking your head? You're not a Robertson fan.
Maar kijk, als we kijken naar Robertson, als hulle se defending champions, hè?
Ja,
dan hulle se defending champions. So vir my, het team so Safco was nie so goed die jaar soos hulle die vorige jare was.
But they had a good team though.
Safco het altyd 'n goeie team, maar
ik meen dat het verhalen klassen. Maar niet wat veel, dan het hulle van Nazim, hoe dat met zoals en zo spelen. Dan het hulle ook nog een boy wat in die super aangespeeld.
Tesla is geloof hulle grootste kopie gewees. Hulle aanwin soos mense sal sê. Hulle het hom ingevlieg, Chris. Hulle het hom haal op
Ravensmeet.
Hulle het hom gehaal op Florida Park met 'n helikopter hier. Toe vlieg hulle vir hom maar bou toe met 'n helikopter.
Okay, then we had Saldanha 54 against Hillcrest 36 and Botrefi 29 against Worcester Villages 36.
Ik heb dat game gekeken.
Is it?
Yeah, that was one of the games because a lot of my friends that I played was Shield that played for Worcester Villages. Al twee aantrekkelijke rugby, so, maar dat is wat ze gaat kunnen niet behoren.
Ja, dat is wat ze altijd kunnen niet behoren.
Aantrekkelijke hardloop rugby, eens phase in die middel, met die voors en gewoon like bijvoorbeeld harde rugby. Je kan zien die stof heeft gestaan.
Voor mij, ik weet niet of het zo is, maar elke game in die Boland kan. Ja, soos vooral in die top 12. As men nou die leagues, die topspanne wat nou aanspeel. Van my is het gaat alles voor breaking rights.
Yeah, I think the communities, man, it's community rugby basically. That's the heart and core of the community. So
the community go
for them, it's breaking rights for a year, those type of things, you know. But the competition always seems to improve and get better, which is good for them.
Alright, so then we had Gold Cup. That's currently on its way. We had the South Region. College Rovers beat Robertson 27-23. Robertson played a Saturday and a Sunday.
Nou voor mij, die was heel richtig. Nee, maar ik kan zeggen, sê van die tweede helft game gekry nie. En vir my en Chris is like the way Robertson vir College Rovers ook gepush het. Tot die buitereinde toe. Vir 'n team wat die Sarah gespeel het en so.
Where was that game played?
Robertson.
Yeah, well, for the Durban guys to come all the way from Durban as well to come and play Robertson at home is no joke.
Yes,
it's like going away to play against Liverpool, for example. It's going to be tough on the road. So I think even for Rovers, they were maybe lucky to pull off the win.
Goeie win.
The history for Rovers, I mean, they always know how to win. If you look at the Murray Cup in Durban, I think they won it over the 5-6 years. They've always made Gold Cup. You know, so they always know when it matters most, they put in a hard shift.
But as for my IFA, compared to the other Rovers van toe ek my eerste jaar in die Gold Cup sit, was dit met Tira. Tussen my broer nog Gold Cup. I feel like the standard at the Rovers seems to have dropped, or the quality of plays that they've gotten in, it's not the same.
Nee man, maar kijk je, maar ons het laatst weer daarvan gepraat, of 2 weke terug gepraat, ons daarvan op Sauna. Kan het misschien wees dat de Rovers, dat die andere spannen misschien opgekit zit met de Rovers, man. En de Rovers het die voor en toe beweeg van hij tijd af. En dat is zelf volgens mij wat gebeurt met die varsity teams.
Yes.
Verstaan ze? Allemaal het opgekit met de
What you want to say, other team. That don't
Look, on the other hand, the facts might be a little bit different with Rovers, just in my opinion, because if you look at the Sharks under 19 and under 21, 80% of those boys play for Rovers. So that also now changes their depth. So now you might be playing with a second or third string, maybe.
Yes.
Because all your first team players are now playing Sharks under 19, under
Some
21.
so, yeah.
Some are busy in the Curry Cup to fill up for those Springboks that have gone up. You understand?
Good point.
So now those boys are still getting game time now. They haven't played most of the season because all your regulars have been there. Now the regulars are gone and they got to play in the semi-final. They haven't maybe got the experience playing at that level. So that's also a possibility. They always sit with that, especially when it comes to the Curry Cup. Even maybe you'll get it at Western Province. Your beginning of the season, everybody is strong. When the Curry Cup season comes in, then players are going to play professional rugby. Then those second and third team players have now got to step up. They haven't had that time to play up there because of the regular players.
Right. Then our local team, Villagers, beat Gardens 40-35.
Ek is 'n Villagers brother. Uit en uit manier. Net omdat weet jy wat is naaks van die Gold Cup nou? En is altyd so man. Is altyd so Derby was altyd daar. Nee, dan was hy Hamiltons was daar. Maar dan as dit so kon, ek dink as daai jaar wat sy ook van paraat nou loser, maar daar Rovers wat hy gebeur wen nie.
Jy was ek paraat van daai.
Ook in 'n semi-final.
Ja.
Ek dink en die Huiseman skop hy laaste penalty, toe wen hulle met 2 punte. Dan is altyd VP team teen 'n team van KwaZulu-Natal man. En ek dink die gaan weer die feit is, maar Chris ek is baie jammer, ek
support Villagers. That is Saturday's game. Villagers against College Rovers.
Is it
It's in Villagers.
Yeah,
And the Gold Cup will also be at Pick and Pay Claremont on
advantage.
Saturday. So if you want to go view the Gold Cup, and it will be on the field on Saturday. So.
And then what is your guys' what is your thinking regarding the Gold Cup, like the format of it, the north-south? Because it wasn't like it.
It wasn't like that, yeah.
So wat dink julle van daai?
Vir my is dit is eintlik as reg soos dit nou gaan. Maar wanneer dit is al reg is, wanneer jy nou 'n team soos Villagers kry wat in Hamiltons in die final speel. Dan moet dit beteken Western Province dominate klap rugby. Dat verstaan jy? So ek dink dis 'n goeie ding dat dit so gaan. Dat ons mekaar hier uitsoort en julle soort mekaar hier, dan skakel ons mekaar in die Gold Cup.
Want ek dink ja, 2023 toe die Gold Cup speel het met hier. Toe was dit soos wat jy nou sê. Toe was dit I think Northampton Rhinos teen die Naka hulle die final. Een van daai teams op. Toe lyk dit amper so 'n blou klap rugby. Yes. Verstaan, maar ek dink daai was ook 'n
on Naka. Naka beat the Wolves in the North section 57-22. And the Rhinos beat Queens 62-21. So that game will be the Rhinos of Limpopo against Naka.
That is a massive
game actually.
Hy het sy van Limpopo so vir wie skryf
From
hy daar?
Limpopo.
Okay, hy het gebly in Limpopo, ja, maar so wie gaan sy skryf daar?
I'm gonna go Naka for this.
Because ek weet nie man, ek hou van die myne ouens.
But weren't the Rhinos in the in Saldanha? So
Yes, they were in Saldanha. They got pumped by Hamilton. Because ja, to Northern Rhinos support, ek dink dit iets different man. En the backline is die boytjies, die backline van Northern Rhinos.
And look, rugby isn't that big in Limpopo. Like they feed off rugby basically, so they're doing well.
Kyk, jy praat so nou, ek gaan nou by die results kom. Daar was vriende van ons, Arno Walla en Andy Walla en Jalma Walla, en dan gaat speel hulle mos hy tussen hy wat die klap ons wat het kies om vir Limpopo te gaan speel, man. Limpopo Blue Bulls. Arno kom een keer huis toe. Ek is jammer, Arno. Ek vir Arno, hoe gaan dit daar? Arno sê my, Jesus boelie, sy speel elke naweek cricket. Elke naweek. Sy moet net keer, dat is skoon nie, 80 raakie. Nou, hoe speelt hy so rugby? Ek meen, hoe sê het sy het 'n Curry Cup cap, man? Sê sy het 50 Curry Cup caps vir Limpopo Blue Bulls, maar sy het niks gewen van die 50. Gaan sy het noem of gaan sy het op jou CV sit, sy het 50 Curry Cup caps. Ek gaan dit op jou CV sit. Maar ja.
Yeah, that's the results and fixtures, guys. Then let's move on to our guests, the two gentlemen over here. We're going to start with you, Chris. Tell the people what you were doing in the school holidays with your boys.
Yeah, so we had an opportunity to go to Mauritius to go play some rugby there against some of the clubs, namely they've got Pirates, Northern Pirates Rugby Club, they've got Islander Blues, and they've got Cowboys, which are decent teams there on the island. So it was a good experience, I think, for our boys. Even though you don't get to play that Irish and English teams, getting just to play rugby and also experiencing the island itself, different culture. And their juniors are not so bad. I just think their development has been a challenge for them. You know, we got rugby from 7 years old, 5 years old. There they start 7, 8 years old, but then the quality of coaching is not so decent. And there's so many kids and so little coaches because they don't pay coaches. It's not a professional sport, even semi-professional, so it's more voluntary, and most of the coaches don't have the experience. But I think in a few years they will have a lot of potential. I know they're now focusing a lot on the sevens to try and get up because it's a main thing for them. There's not many players that play 15s. So sevens is their big target.
And how many boys did you take over with you?
We took a squad of 19. It was a little bit bigger, but as it got closer to the time, there were 1 or 2 parents that couldn't afford, so they started falling out. But we were supposed to play 7s, 10s, and 15s. But when we arrived there, we started playing 7s. And yeah, we played against Mauritius Academy. They've got a head coach or director of rugby. He's a former French international 7s, and I think he played a few 15s. They call him J-By, John Baptiste Goblet. And we went to impress with him a little bit. We started the one game. We were supposed to play 4 games in like a tournament. But he called it sort of, I don't know, friendly matches that don't mean anything. And he reffed the game without a whistle. He was playing the game. Played the game with no medics.
Yeah.
We played on a soccer field. It was hard as hell. The ladies complained, shin splints and stud pressure. Yeah. And when I complained to him about, hey, you don't have a whistle, then he asked me, do you want to ref the game? And I said, I'm not qualified to ref games, man. You know, you are an international guy. You're supposed to know all this. And I questioned him about the medics, and he complained, if you don't like it, you can leave. So we left. I mean, for us, the safety of our lighties are more important than just playing a game.
Exactly.
I mean, if there's a lighty that broke his collarbone there, what do I say to a parent? The ref didn't have a whistle, there was no medics, and for us, we have to do that box smart, which is the health and safety. You can't be on the field if you don't have it. So I don't know in the country,
there's no medics.
I don't know what's the standard of procedure with having those type of papers, whether they've got Mauritian smart or French smart or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I was disappointed with him because, I mean, you don't let lighties travel an hour, play for 15 minutes. Now there's no medics and no ref, and then you've got an attitude about it because you're this French international. That gives you also a reason why maybe Mauritian junior and rugby is not where it should be. You know, are you there because you're a superstar, or are you there to actually make a difference? There's a big gap for me in that. If you go there to make a difference, the rugby will grow because they got lighties with pace, mad pace. But there's no direction for them. You get the ball and you should run around everybody and you score.
You didn't do a uncopy that side. Come over.
Not necessarily now. A lot of those lighties are grade 10, grade 11. And most of them go to French schools, so it would be difficult, I think, for them yet to speak the language and things. And with their parents, they always have an opportunity that if you finish, you can go to France. Or you can go to a different country because you're from Mauritius, so it's a bit easier for them.
Chris, net 'n vraagie om terug te kom op baie wat hy nou gesê het, hoe jy getreed gewees het. En daai, hoe belangrik is dit, nee, om 'n groep soos juniors te het, ja? Maar om hulle reg te hanteer ook, om hulle te, ek sal nou sê om hulle te handover, nee, maar om hulle oor te gee. Sê maar nou, hy is nou die onder 16 coach, nee? Lucien is jou onder 19 coach. Hoe belangrik is dit vir jou om hy laities reg te tree en reg te leer, sodat as hulle 'n boel kom by Lucian, dan hoef Lucian nie te sukkel nie. Maar volgens my, dat is wat gebeur, wat sy nou praat van die Mauritius Academy. De ref blaas over nou vletjie, hulle speel op 'n sokkaveld. Dit is hoekom die Mauritius Rugby Juniors straks nie daar is waar het moet wees. Hoe belangrik is daai vir jou, sy wat ook nou weet met juniors?
I think, yeah, to start, it's important, I think, who you are as a person or as a coach. Because that's where your relationship goes with the kids. If you have a good relationship, no matter how old or how young, they'll always want to play for you or play with you because of the ethos that you carry. And that makes the transition easier because now you've built the fundamentals in the kids. Not just from a rugby player point of view, from being a man, being a human being. Those principles tie in with what you want to teach on the field, which makes it easier when they come now to the next age group and they have that foundation. It's now for the next coach just to build on that. So I think that is for me where the importance is in the transition. And if you have a good understanding with Lighties, then that transition is very, very simple. There's Lighties I coach from under 11. I'm still coaching now. For example, Wyatt is Tigerberg first team captain next year. I coached him when he came out of Perro North where there was no rugby under 11. Since then, he's gone to Austria with me. He's gone to Mauritius with me. He's developed as an individual player. But no matter who coaches him, will have no problem with him. You understand? Because there's the right core and aura with him. He's a leader. He understands. He's not scared to ask questions. But he puts in a hard shift as well. So I think that balance between player coach and player management is important.
As jou vrou nou lei en sy by jou vir jou en hy sê nou vir jou hy sal dit opmaak, bring jou Lighties weer volgende einde van die maand, sal hulle weer op 'n vliegtuig sit.
Yeah, we'll go. The thing is, we went there with an idea to play 7s, 10s, and 15s. So we had a balanced squad with 6 front row players. But if you're going there specifically to play 7s, then you take a 7 squad. You can't really play 7s with 6 front row players.
But
how many games did you end up playing? Sorry.
We ended up playing 1 against the academy, and then we played 2, 3 games at Pirates. Pirates had actually like a junior tournament for us where it was Pirates, Blues, and Cowboys.
Okay.
Maar dit is maar wat gebeur Lucian, ja. Het gaan ons nou alles oor omdat ons Suid-Afrikaners is, ons is bokke. Ek is net verbaas hulle het gesê hulle moet sokker speel teen hulle.
I think they will also beat them.
Right, then we've got another special person here. There's a reason we didn't introduce him. He's going to introduce himself. Lucian.
I'm on the woods because he's just special. I'm a Lighty van Ravensmeet. Yeah, Lighty van Ravensmeet. Born and bred, went to Vorentoe primary. Went to Vorentoe primary. Played. As ek nou so terugdink. Was there like everything of when I was there, different to Bollywood, but to ek was those like baie rugby gehad. Dit maar die oudkampie gespeel in Pine Noordway. Maar waar my rugby gegroot was by die klub. Met met Mr. Titi's hulle. En afvat hulle was Durban toe. En nou is hy Durban tournaments en dan speel ons daar by wat is skool se naam? Port Natal. And that's actually where my rugby started. En hy sê hulle ja, toe speel ek VP onder 12. En was ek op die tennis system en VP Leeds wat gespeel. Kon nie onder 13 kry om te speel because I was 13 but I was in high school. Ek was in die spanning. Wat het toe daar iets gebeur agter die skerm, so kan ek nou nie VP onder 13 speel en hy ja, toe speel ek met Damien Willemse. Tussen September wat nou by Pala. Damien Willemse, Manny Ras. Saman wat het met Boland gespeel. En hy was die ouens wat ons in gespeel het onder 15 in die squad gewees. Onder 16 kan kom by die laaste rond uitgeval. Maar hy is maar hoe dinge gaan. Maar Tiger Bagai toe gegaan. Hy was by president en toe die Tiger Bagai boards offer in die beers, klein beers.
En nou in sy skoolkinders kry nie offers.
Klein beersie by Tiger Bagai. En ek het daar by skool klaar gemaak. Menzano Augustus, Peter John Steenkamp wat oor die lyn sou wees en En hy het, hy speel uit in Japan ook gespeel vir dieselfde span wat Richie Mwanga vir gespeel het. Hy is daar. En hy, ja, en toe, ons was 'n groepie gewees. En toe, na die tyd toe, bietjie los geraak. My matriekjaar voor dit sou gevat. Holy tyd moes ook gaan het.
As hy nie langs
Ek ken wat nog joh, persoonlik. Dit moet ook about time about is rugby. You start early, 6. Oefen in die oggende. Laatmiddag oefen sy en so. Ek het my matriekjaar voor dit sou gevat. En toe eindig op ek speel ek weer by Tier onder 20. En ek dink daai was vir my een van die beste jare met Angelo, Witboy en Kurt Kurta. Because daai man wie toe spelers dit doen. En ek het hierdie discipline in van Kurta is ook iemand wat glo. If you're not gonna, en soos hy nou van gepraat het met sy laities, if you're not gonna get the small things right, then you're not gonna develop as a person. So hy het geglo dat jy moet jou bed opmaak. Jy moet jou chores doen. You must do this, you must do that in order for you to play by me. Because if you're not going to be disciplined in those small things, how are you going to be disciplined on the field?
Kara sa tala ni Maro. Alam mo tala ni Maro na. Alam sa tala ni Maro ba niya?
En ek was die kaptein gewees vir hom. En toe die next jaar toe speel ek onder 20 met hier. Onder 20, so onder 19 gespeel, na skool onder 19, onder 20 en toe hy was CPUT mee gesien het. Mr. Africa van Pioneer, hy was die backline coach daar. Hulle het vir my gesien met 20 speel en toe speel ek van 2018 tot 2022 was die shield. In between het ek Petier ook speel en wat ek weer terug was die shield. Ek het saam met ek het die was die shield moes het 2 keer gewen het. Maar die 1 jaar wat ons het gewen het, ons het by Tiger geword. So ek het die 2021 het gewen en toe die ander 2 jare 20 ja, hy toe tweede plek. Verloos in die final 10-14 en so anders. En toe kom ek terug Tiere toe.
Jou captain hè?
Ja, ek was deel van die leadership groep. 2021 en 2022 en ek het 'n paar games gekaptein ook ja by CPUT. Toe kom ek terug Tiere toe eintlik aan dieselfde jaar wat ek by CPUT baie min mense weet hiervan. Toe ek klaar gemaak het by CPUT, toe was ek by Roses in Wellington because Western Province have this thing with the universities that if you play varsity shield then you can't play, then you registered already.
Yes.
So you can't move in between man. So toe kon ek nie move nie, maar ek wou rugby gespeel. Was dit tussen Westbank en Roses. Toe kies ek vir Roses, ek het daar gespeel by hulle first team. En alles viel ons van Maart maand af tot December.
Dis waarheid.
Alles viel tot 1 December. Ek het Oktober maand toe al op ek weet nie genoeg aan.
I was just going to ask how was the experience there?
Ja, ek het weggehaal. Ek het weggehaal. Hy was te veel rugby. Van nou ek het pre-season gehad. Wat baie min mense ook nie weet is dat die laaste jaar van CPT was ek by UCT gewees. So ek het 'n volle pre-season gehad. Toe daar iets fout te gaan met my studies. So ek was in die squad tot met in January. Toe steel hulle my 'n boodskap. En ek is nie bang om hiervan te praat nie, because dit is also learning curve for the other youngsters. Om seker te maak dat die goedjies agter mekaar. Pre-season gehad met hulle. Ons het Oktober maand begin. Pre-season gehad tot in January. Toe steel hulle my boodskap einde January or email. Look here, the course that you want to study is no longer available.
Ja. Hectic.
Dan moet jy weet die was die kap begin met 2 weke. Allerlei moeite, allerlei effort en hulle oefen maandag, dinsdag, donderdag, Saras. So nou moet jy weet my ma het gesacrifice. Nou ek kom nie te hierso waar dinge goed gaan. My ma het gesacrifice om my beoefening te wees. Staan jy? Nevertheless, dan het ek uitgeweek toe kom ek terug CPT toe speel ek speel ek by Roses. En toe het ek weggaan. Oktober maand, toe is ek klaar.
Sy sê jy matriek jy ook doen dit.
Toe ek weggaan by Roses en toe ek dink rugby was net te veel man op die liggaam en op die system en ek kon dit nie meer hanteer het mentally nie. Kon ek dit nie meer hanteer nie. En toe die jare na toe val ek in by Tiere met coach Bobby. En daar het ek gespeel by Tiere, Goukap gespeel ja. En toe stiek ek tot ons nou laas jaar toe. Met naam en Masamla. En hij is bij mij rugby journey. Natuurlijk.
En dis hier.
Die jaar was ik bij NTK geweest. En toen een basering op het jaar waar ik mijn ligamenten geskeerd had. Jylland Fricks op die fobie met Tobie. Dus mijn jaar klaar. Net 2-3 games gespeeld wel. Let wel als het voor UCT gewinnen, die friendly.
Hij is een goeie. Lucen sê gewoon net vir my, nou. Soos sy praat net baie van weghalo. Wat is die main reason, nou, dat ouens as hulle klaar was die kap gespeel het Kersman, nou, of baie was het gespeel en was die sulke was die kap. Sy sien nooit die ouens bly nog 4-5 jaar by hy klap nie. Hulle gaan altyd na op 'n klap toe. As dit omdat was het is as dit mos op 'n klap soos ek reg as ek so sê. Na was het, maar nou hoekom is dit dan? Hy sê nooit 'n ou speel 7 jaar vir IBK of 7 jaar vir Maties. Hy gaan speel eerste. Hy kan speel vir Malnerton of hy gaan speel vir Villages of hy gaan speel vir Hemies of wat is die main reason?
Daai is 'n baie goeie vraag. Ek dink met my persoonlik met CPT, as hy was so lank in die system is, waar hy in die scenes nou moes werk het van Oktober tot September, jaar in, jaar uit. After a while you get tired of it. You need a fresh start, a fresh outlook.
A different voice.
A different setting, a different look. That's not for my persoonlijk, but in general, I think once you've done your studies, I feel like dan is het ook completely afgesneden in die universiteit. En ek dink dis hier kom baie mense mystiekie. En as jy met iets wat hulle hou daan. Want soms ook en ek het daar's 'n klomp positives om waar die shooting was die kap te speel, but sometimes if you're in that environment they dangle that carrot man in front of you. Okay, your studies the entire. But as soon as you are done with it, there's nothing anymore. There's not a why. Verstaan jy? En ek dink ons as rugbyers is baie driven to that why. You understand? Ek het gespeel van my studies and it was comfortable. The environment was comfortable because I remember if you play at CPT for example in the oefen of dit op studies in die Kaap, my studies in die Kaap gewees. Then there's a shuttle that takes you to the field. Tot by die gym sê dan oefen jy. So everything was comfortable. But now you don't have it. Nou kom jy terug huis toe of nou moet jy gaan werk. Nou smaak jy reda waar net speel vir die naaste klub in jou vicinity. And that for me that was Tigerwood. En nou ek het groot geraak met diere. Ek het vir jou gesien first in speel. Ek het het offering gehad op die show. Sy is 'n clean light, dit is ook 'n offering sien raak met speel. Maar ja, die mense. Ek het groot geraak. I mean I've played all of the age groups at Tigerwood. Captain all of them. Ek het alle age groups gekapten as ek 'n kans had. Except senior rugby. So it was always a dream for me to run out at Tigerwood. That was altijd die droom, even toen ik was die shield gespeeld. Ik had altijd voor ons gezegd, broer, Tigerwood, boy, 4 o'clock. Je must... Ik ga het nooit vergeten. Ik heb een Darwin gespeeld. No? Dus voor mijn broer first team bij Tieren. Toen ik op de airport land, toen was mijn ma daar. Maar ons met terug voor mijn broer. Yes. Anders, broer, dat is... En as die Tiere klaar is, dan weet jy nie wat om jou Saras te maak.
That's true.
What's custom, bro?
So tell us like, so what you do now?
Ek is currently onderwyser en dan ek het dan coach in daar bietjie laities. So ek het die is nog eintlik publicly, but Tigerwood het vir my gevra of ek met hulle voorwoord miskien in die units
Clubs, school.
Die school. Met die units spesifiek te weet met die hackers, die stitte. En dan what happens after the set piece. Are we gonna play from there? Because that was one of the things that I've identified that they can be better in. And also for my gaan het ook net the reason why I'm doing the coaching is so that I can give back. Van rugby, ouens hulle sal nie verstaan wat rugby vir my gedoen het nie. Rugby paid the studies. Rugby didn't allow my parents to pay for school fees. So now I feel like it's just time for me to give back, and that's what he spoke about. That what rugby can give, and also how rugby shapes holistically the person. Ek doen gepraat van Wyatt. I've had a few encounters with Wyatt, and you can see that that boy is holistically shaped to become something one day. En hy is maar wat ek wil doen. So ja, en ek is onderwyser ook. Mense vra my altyd bully. En man wat hier langs sou sit. Hulle vra my altyd why do you do this? Why do you do that? And my altyd is I want to make a difference in one person's life in our community. Maar ek van Ravensmead. If not the Ravensmead, maybe in another community where there's a lot of gangsters and stuff like that, where they can look at me and be like, but ek wil eintlik doen nie man. Ek wil hy doen. And if rugby can be that for him, why can't it be that for me? Verstaan jy? And hence why I do what I do, to give back. Hence why I'm a teacher, want ek werk ook met laities van ons gemeenskap. Ek is onderwyser by skool that has maybe don't have a father figure in their lives. Gaan tafels, bly by my ouma en opa. So now that boy comes to school and now you their father figure. Verstaan jy? So hence why I chose the teaching route, hence why I chose the coaching route now also. Want is net om terug te gee.
Is rugby like helped in the teaching environment?
Ons is my school waar ek is, we don't have sport, it was a accounting school.
Okay.
But rugby het vir my geshape and taught me the discipline to transfer over to my ladies in class and also outside of class. You must remember when I was on Tigerwood, we were not seen as school children, we were seen as ambassadors. Because if you look at it also, if you see a lighty from Tigerwood now, maybe things the same, maybe might have dropped a small little, but you always see them neat blazer, tracksuit top. You understand? When I was in school, it was strictly blazer, tie, jersey. You can't, there's no compromise. As niks compromise. Het kan tot die 6.
Die is op pad, hy is toen nie.
Die is op pad, as jy jou vang.
As hy vat een foto, man, hy sal vrijdag die teens is. En as hy nie vrijdag die teens is, hy was, as speelt in die Sahara rugby nie. So, sy sal maar sit, sy sal maar sweetly play afbaraat en hy baie keer.
And Lucian, so what is, give us the scoop, where is Lucian playing next year?
Ja, die wat is het op die sport. Ek het nog nie, to be honest with you, ek het nog eindelijk aan gedinkie. Because, first wanneer jy nog die injury in die side, ek weet ook nie waar die liewe mee gaat groeien niks, ja. Verstaan? Wanneer gaat miskien nog een paar interessante dingen gebeuren in the next few months.
Wat gaat die ou trouw?
Miskien een trouwtjie op die pad, miskien een trouwtjie op die pad, en dan ook, ja, the things is gonna, ja, het gaat definitief, but again, for the betterment, not just for me, but for the small IT, stand there. And it, that's the reason why I do things, that's the reason why I strive for more, is so that the ladies can see that, kijk je naar man, there's different stuff that we can do. Ik meen, ik heb opgekeken, ja eerlijk, ik heb opgekeken naar Bolliela. Opgekeken naar mannen zoals Bolliela, ik heb opgekeken naar mannen zoals met Barola wat gespeeld het. Not just because of that they played first team, but also the way they carried themselves. Bollie sal altijd tijd maken, joh. Verstaan? En hij is wel allemaal was. En ik heb nou die dag met Bollie gepraat, dus ik voor Bollie. Die jonge ladies by die touch ook, ek het gekry by die touch, en het was so nice om dit te sien, because now there's a different outlet, man, for the boys. En ek het vir Bollie gesê dat, weet jy wat mis die ladies mis julle manne, om net, weer net, die ladies te grip en te sê, nou, hy moet nie tyd doen. So, julle met ons gemaakt. Verstaan? Maar ja, daar is maar, kom ek dinge doen, sien, die motivation, hoe alles.
En hy nie nou, en ek wil gewoon net bijvoeg aan by Lucian, ek soos hy gesê het van, ons noem hulle nou laities, en allemaal hy, weet niemand om jy laities genoem, wie sê, anders hy. Wat vir my so, waar, ek sê baie altyd vir jou, ek is paraat, ek sien nie goed hoe, wat die man nie langs aan my doen, aan die kinders. En nie net die Jaguars, wat hy het daar by Guru, sy ding, en hy was nou laaste by jou, nou hoeveel tournament was hy? Aan de 12 tournament. Chris, en ek moet vir jou sê, buddy, die job wat sy doen met jou ander coaches daar, kyk jou onder 12 lyk hy wil net bol speel, nee.
Oeh,
En hulle het 7s gespeel, maar jy kan sien hy laities is in strakse. Hulle weet wanneer om te raak, wanneer om te pas, as hy moet gaan lê by die bal, watter kant toe moet, watter kant moet hy haloop. Dit is alles goed wat geoefen word. En dit is ook maar net die tyd wat ouens soos Chris en Loosen met die balletjies op die veld insit, verstaan? Ek het 'n ou gehad, nou wat ek saam gespeel het, Chris, ek weet nie of hy ook hy filosofie het en hy nie. Hy het altyd gesê, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. So as hy vir Loosen in 'n perfect way sê, kan jy Loosen nie, man. Hy sê reg wat hy doen. At hoef nie net sport of jy kan in jou eie lewe ook wees. Maar as hy dit vir hom in 'n perfectly way sê, dan gaan sy mos hom laat terugsit. Nie na gou. Hy gaan hom laat sit en dink, man. Maar Chris, ek wil jou maar net sê, baie ek is baie proud op jou of wat jy doen. En soos jy kan sien, die laities, die laities kan jy opportunities, Chris, sy laities, ek weet nie of hy van hulle gelos het ook aan, nie so wat. Sy weet die laities wil nie terugkom nie, hulle is vlugtig, dan sien hulle vir hulle weg, verstaan ze. Maar ja, buddy, hou aan, Loosen, is jy met jou, buddy?
Thanks guys for coming on, it was...
Kijk, die ouwens wat jullie doen, weer eens ek met Polly gepraat, ek sê met Polly, wat jullie doen, op die platform vir ons hier te kry, is vir ons voorrecht om op julle platform te wees, om ons boodskap daar buiten te kry. En is 'n platform van rugby, en ons praat rugby, en ons doen dinge om en by rugby pad. Ek sê vir die, ek het saam jou gepraat, of saam jou gepraat, toe ek vir jou gesê het dat, this platform is not just rugby, this platform is about a message. And what this message can reach, verstaan, wat die boodskap wat ons weer nog gegee het op vanaand, wat dit kan uitgee buite in die wêreld. Ek dink baie mense weet iets van daai mens nie. But and that is what this is about, verstaan. And also what this platform also is about is where rugby can take us.
Ja.
Ek is Wayland toe lagi. Ek en Wayland saam gespeel van kleins af. Wayland gaat dan weer Dubai toe. Malaysia toe met die teams.
Wait, that's next week's show.
Oh, sorry, maar ek het dan weer die wêreld sien. Ek moet met die wasie sit ek al oral speel in die lande. And that is what it can do for our young men. En dis kom wat hy doen as baie belangrik, maar ook 'n junior club so Tigerberg.
Yes.
That's also very important because if you look at it, how it shaped our lives, that playing in Bollies, I took out the rugby team gespeeld.
Ja. Ek het altijd eerste.
And that is ways which that also can shape. I mean, the late Costa het 'n baie groot rol in my lewe gespeel as 'n jong laitie. Die dissipline wat sy moes gehad om hom te speel. En Mr. Ankabala en Ankabawian. The time that goes out of their lives to get us or even to get us to a match. We don't know what they sacrifice behind the scenes. We don't know what iemand sacrifice behind the scenes om my lights in Mauritius te kry nie. En ek kyk altyd op na hulle. Ek sê altyd vir die lights, moenie kyk na my nie. Kyk op na die manne wat dinge behind the scenes dinge regmaak. Want ons die manne het ook 'n familie. Akabala, hulle almal het 'n familie gehad, maar hulle het hulle tyd in ons gesit om vir ons jong manne te maak. Ons kom Saterdae en Saterdae draai gemaak aan Kapala. En dan Kapawi en so om seker te maak hulle weet net dat ek sê dankie man. En hy sê mense wat vir ons 'n lewe gee. En tyd te maak.
Dit is net soos hy sê, Loosen. Maar ja, nog vir julle dankie sê.
Thanks guys for sacrificing your time.
Iemand as die tyd.
Yeah, no, thanks to you guys, man, for having us on the show. Like you said, it's good for the message to get out. It also encourages and motivates other people to build and want to grow and so forth. So, yeah, thanks to you guys. And also, man, if I just want to say, if I can just send a message to Warren Abrams, passed away last week, Friday. He's from Cape Town. He coached Wales ladies, he coached in Brazil, he's been all over with creative rugby. and he was coaching in this Safari Sevens, Kenya. They started last week Friday. He was coaching Belgium ladies, and he passed away on Friday. So just to his family and to Grantham and them, Strongs and the condolences, man. Grantham is busy with Be the Difference in Kraaifontein, and they've also got a big part that they play in community development and stuff like that. So yeah, they also give back, but just to their family, man, the condolences. I think from our side at this time, it's a tough time. We were actually fortunate coming back from Mauritius. I ran into their team manager, and she said I think on Monday or Tuesday they were doing an autopsy to see what was the reason that he passed away. So yeah, thanks to their family, man.
See you guys. This is my off board.